You're listening to an Airwave Media Podcast.
Welcome to From Beneath the Hollywood Sign. If you love old movies, Hollywood history, or the golden age of filmmaking, you've come to the right place. This is the podcast that talks about amazing stories of Tinseltown from another era and fascinating conversations with writer-producer Steve Cubine and actress-writer Nan McNamara.
So, Steve, did Ava Gardner and Howard Hughes have a good relationship?
Well, they did until he dislocated her jaw.
What?
Well, don't worry. She hit him back with an ashtray.
From Beneath the Hollywood Sign is the gin joint for you.
Hey, all my beautiful listeners out there. This is Ken, best known for his Triviality podcast fame. Just want to remind everybody that there is a video of this episode available for viewing on the Crop Facebook group or YouTube. So hope you guys check that out and enjoy it.
Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neil, and Jeff. This is Triviality. The cream of the crop!
Everybody, welcome to episode 2 of Triviality, Bloodsport. Happy to have you guys back watching. If you haven't watched the first episode or listened to it, we suggest that you do that first. I'm going to toss it right away to Ryan to describe round 2 to us. We have our returning contestants. Unfortunately, Jason was eliminated last time, but let's go right to Ryan for the second round.
Well, first of all, I want to congratulate all of our remaining contestants on making it through the kumite of the first episode. The 5 of you that remain will be put in a circular order, and you will go in spelling bee format.
When I was in the 6th grade, I was a finalist in our school's spelling bee. It was me against Raj Patel. And I misspelled in front of the entire school the word failure.
The way that will work is you will answer a question. If you get it right, you go to the back of the line. If you get it wrong, you will step aside. If the person behind you is able to correctly answer that, you will get a strike. 2 strikes in this case, and you are out. However, we had a tie for our top 2 contestants at the last episode between Dustin and Joe. They will each receive an additional strike for doing so well last game. So they will get 3. And our other 3 contestants will only have 2. So do your best. Play will end when 1 player remains, or if you manage to go through all the questions we've written, we will have a tie break and determine who goes to the showdown from there.
Great.
The first 2 players to strike out entirely will go to the showdown.
So the order that we are going to proceed in is going to be Dustin, Erin, Rich, Joe, and then Greg. All right, so let's start right away with Dustin. Number 1, in 2014, Tim Cook became the first CEO of a Fortune 500 company to come out as gay. What company does he run?
Apple.
That is correct. Next, Erin. What 80s girl group was made up of Sarah Dallin, Karen Woodward, and Shaban Fahey? Fahey. All right, let me reread that.
That's my fault. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's just Irish. All right. What 80s girl group was made of Sarah Dallin, Karen Woodward, and Shaban Fahey?
The only Irish group I can think of is the Cranberries, and I know that's wrong, but Cranberries.
That is incorrect. So we move that question on to Rich.
Correct. If Rich can get it, Erin gets a strike.
Girl group from the 80s. I don't know it.
Okay.
So then nobody gets it. We announce the answer and then move on to question 3.
Okay. So the correct answer on that one was Bananarama. All right, moving on to question 3, which will be for Rich. Brian?
Sorry, yes.
Okay. All right, moving on to question 3, which will be for Rich. What Italian white wine is made from Glera grapes, is a less expensive substitute for champagne, and is the main ingredient of a Bellini cocktail?
Prosecco.
That is correct. All right, moving on to Joe. What is the capital city of, what was the capital city of West Germany?
What was the capital city of West Germany?
Bond.
That is correct. Moving on to Greg. You want to pull Greg up on the monitor? Mm-hmm. Thank you. All right, moving on to Greg. On the UV index, which measures the strength of ultraviolet radiation at a particular time and place, what color represents low radiation?
Green.
That is correct. Moving on to number 6. So far, everybody's clean of strikes. It's for Dustin. Based on Wim Wenders' 1987 masterpiece, Wings of Desire, what 1998 film sees Nicolas Cage fall in love with a surgeon?
Adaptation.
That is incorrect. Erin?
Con Air.
That is incorrect. The correct answer was City of Angels. All right, moving on to the next question for Erin. In 2017, what beverage company became the title sponsor of NASCAR's Cup Series, taking over from Sprint?
Pepsi?
That is incorrect. Rich?
Can you read the question again?
In 2017, what beverage company became the title sponsor of NASCAR's Cup Series, taking over from Sprint?
Is it Miller?
It is not Miller. The correct answer is Monster Energy.
Oh, right.
All right, the next one going to Rich. In Greek mythology, Antigone was the daughter of Jocasta and what man?
Perseus?
That is incorrect. Joe?
Is it Oedipus Rex?
It is Oedipus. So we have one strike going to Rich.
Ugh.
Who's next?
Greg.
Joe got the steal right, so it actually goes to the next person in line.
Okay.
Okay, over to Greg. Over the past 5 years, 2 different British women have topped the pop charts across the pond and were born to Albanian parents. Name either singer behind the 2012 song How We Do, also known as Party, and 2014's I Will Never Let You Down, or the 2018 smash hit New Rules.
Adele.
That is incorrect. Moving on to the next competitor, which would be Dustin.
British of Albanian descent. Jessie J.
That is incorrect. The right answers were Rita Ora or Dua Lipa. Lipa?
Lipa.
All right. Next question, number 10, to Dustin. Clearly having a thing for alliterative L ladies, what was the name of Superman's high school love interest played by Kristen Crueck on Smallville?
Lana Lang.
Lana Lang is correct. Moving on to the next competitor, Erin. Dying in 1944, what Russian artist is generally credited with having painted some of the first recognized abstract works?
I don't know.
That is, moving on to the next competitor, that would be Rich.
Dolly.
That is incorrect. The correct answer we were looking for is Vasily Kandinsky. All right, next question to Rich. This year, Diet Coke added 4 new flavors to their repertoire, This year, Diet Coke added 4 new flavors to their repertoire, marketed in tall, thin cans. What 2 flavors are found in the can with the green ribbon around the top?
Ginger lime.
Ginger lime is correct. Moving on to the next competitor. That is Joe. If you saw the short film Boo this year, you almost
BAO, sorry.
Oh, yep, sorry, the text is small.
It is.
If you saw the short film Bow this year, you almost certainly saw it before watching what other film?
You said this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh dear. Sorry. The Incredibles 2?
That is right.
Wow. Okay.
Right.
Nice
Next
call.
contestant would be
All right.
Greg. What comedian, actor, and musician penned the 2007 best-selling memoir Born Standing Up, A Comic's Life?
I don't know.
Okay, next competitor.
Steve Martin.
Oh, you're right. All right, moving on to Dustin.
Thought I had a strike in my hand there.
In cell biology, what structures are referred to as ERs?
I got nothing.
Okay, Erin, for the scoop.
Is it endoplasmic reticula?
It is, so Dustin will receive a strike.
Sorry, buddy.
Okay, so moving on to Rich. Ketch, scow, gundalo, sampan, and junk are all types of what?
Ship.
That's acceptable. Boat
Fishing
is the
boat,
answer.
maybe?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to Joe. Founded in 1917, what is the world's largest toilet manufacturer?
How about Charmin?
That is incorrect.
Yeah.
For the scoop, Greg.
I'll just try a different company. Kenmore. I don't.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is Toto. And fun fact, Neil is the world's largest toilet destroyer. All right.
If I don't get any fiber today, that's true. That will happen.
All right, Greg. Skyline Chili is both a restaurant chain and a regional dish most closely associated with what city of about 300,000 people?
I know this one.
Minneapolis, Minnesota.
That is incorrect. Moving on to Dustin for the scoop.
Can I get a repeat, please?
Skyline Chili is both a restaurant chain and a regional dish most closely associated with what city of about 300,000 people?
Cincinnati?
That is correct. So Greg gets his first strike.
Sorry, sir.
I love how sweet you guys are. You're like, I'm sorry.
Next question to Erin. Mykonos is an island belonging to what nation?
Greece.
That's correct. Who was the British Prime Minister between Tony Blair and David Cameron? That's for Rich.
Madeleine Albright.
That's
I don't
incorrect.
know. That's
So we go to Joe for the elimination here.
Sorry, dude. I think it's Gordon Brown.
Gordon Brown is correct. So Rich, sorry, but you've been eliminated from the contest. All right. Next question goes to Greg. Who is the youngest of the Fab Five on the Netflix's popular Queer Eye reboot?
I can't even picture a guess. I have no idea.
Okay. Dustin, any idea on this?
Greg's safe. Everybody keeps telling me to watch it. Haven't seen a bit.
It's your fault.
All right.
It's amazing.
The correct answer is Jonathan Van Ness. Ryan, is that the guy with the long flowy hair?
Yes, it is, and he's amazing.
All right. Back to Dustin. 21-year-old Timothée Chalamet cries quietly in front of a fireplace while Sufjan Stevens plays during the tearful end of what 2017 film?
Call me by my name.
That's incorrect. Can you scoop? I believe that goes to Erin.
Yeah, it's a movie question, which means I don't know. And I'm not even smart enough to come up with the guess. So.
All right. Well, Dustin was very close, but it was Call Me By Your Name.
Oh, for sorry.
It's okay. Ryan, this one...
with her.
If I wasn't a huge fan of this movie and also Sufjan Stevens, all these names would have been very difficult to pronounce.
It's
nice work.
one of the best movies of the past ever. I adore it.
That's what I get for not listening to Dustin. I just assumed that was the wrong answer. I couldn't think of a different movie that might have ended with a child crying by the fire.
Got you right where I want you, lady.
All right, to Erin. What country is currently the highest ranked in Test cricket?
Is it India?
It is India. You're correct.
Oh, good.
Okay, moving on to the next competitor. Skipping over Rich as he's been eliminated. Going to Joe. What was the name of the Barbadian slave many blamed for bringing witchcraft to Salem during the 1692 witch trials?
Was it Tituba?
Yep.
Tituba? Okay.
That's correct. Thank you for sparing me the pronunciation.
You got it.
All right. Next question, going over to Greg. At the end of Richard Wagner's Götterdämmerung, or Twilight of the Gods, what symbolic place in Norse mythology is set ablaze and signals the end of the gods?
I have no idea. Mount Olympus. I don't know.
Okay, that is incorrect. And Dustin.
That sounds like a Valhalla to me.
The correct answer is Valhalla. So that is his second strike, I believe. So we have two players eliminated. It's going to be Rich and Greg.
That means we are now in the showdown. Showdown music. Your showdown questions are: what fashion designer with his own eponymous brand was the creative director of Gucci from 1994 to 2004, and in that time span turned the house from nearly bankrupt to worth $10 billion?
I'm locked in.
Sorry, I'm sorry, I forgot to unmute. Can I get the year again?
He ran Gucci from 94 to 2004. And that is time. Rich, what did you guess?
Louis Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton. And Greg?
So can I still use the challenge?
You've already heard his answer.
That's
so,
fine.
yeah, use it for him. What is your guess?
Michael Kors.
Correct answer is Tom Ford.
Oh.
So it's best that you didn't get to use your challenge. Question 2. What NPR and New York Times personality is the only person in the world with a degree in enigmatology, which he earned at Indiana University in 1974?
I'm locked in.
And that is time. Greg, what did you guess?
Peter Sagal.
Peter Sagal. And over to Rich, what did you guess?
Ira Flato.
Well, both of those are wonderful NPR personalities. The correct answer is NPR Sunday Puzzle editor and New York Times crossword editor Will Shortz.
I think it's
Question 3. Born Richard Martin Lloyd Walters, what classic rapper known for the song Children's Story had his eye patch referenced in Nicki Minaj's song Super Bass?
I'm locked in.
All right, I'm locked in.
All right, Rich?
I don't know rap. I've said this before, so Common.
Common is your guess. Over to Greg.
Slick Rick.
She's in the song. She says, "You're slicker than the guy with the thing on his eye." The rapper is Slick Rick.
Just genius lyrics.
What a lyric. Slick Rick would be proud.
He was. Question 4. What word fills in the titles of the following works, which are all a part of the same science fiction series? Your works are blank, blank Messiah, Children of blank, God Emperor of blank, Heretics of blank, and Chapter House blank.
I'm locked in. And I'm going to use my challenge on this one.
Oh, no.
All right.
I'm locked, yeah. I'm
All right,
locked in.
Greg, what did you guess?
I said universe.
Universe. And over to Rich.
It's Dune.
Correct answer is Dune, the 6 by Frank Herbert. That means Rich picks up 2 points.
Sting is
Question
great
5.
in those books
Yes.
also. Sting is really good in those books.
Fade Rowtha. All right, question 5.
The spice.
It must flow. Question 5. Bandeau, bullet, balconet, swim, sports, and plunge are all different styles of what? Again, bandeau, bullet, balconet, swim, sports, and plunge.
I'm locked in.
Yep.
Over to Rich. What'd you guess?
I said shoes.
Shoes. And over to Greg.
I said shoes.
The correct
You
answer
guys are killing me.
is bra.
How would I know that?
You have a wife, don't you, Rich?
All right. Question 6. Earning the #1 spot on AskMen.com's 2006 poll of the 99 most desirable women, what actress with a famous no nudity clause in her contract has found success in recent years launching The Honest Company, a household product brand?
I'm locked in, and I can challenge.
All right. That is time. Rich, what's your guess?
I couldn't think of anything in time. I don't know who that is.
No guess. Over to Greg.
I'm pretty sure it's Jessica Alba.
Correct answer is Jessica Alba.
On top of, obviously being a great actress and gorgeous, she's now a billionaire as well.
Also, her products are really good, for the record.
Yeah.
It's like she makes the only like cleaner that doesn't make my hands break out. Greg has successfully used his challenge, and that means no challenges are left for the following questions. Question 7. What Chicago-based entrepreneur had the revolutionary idea of having consumers order products via mail and having those products delivered to the customer's nearest railway station?
I'm locked in.
I'm locked in.
All right, Greg, what did you guess?
I guess Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos. And Rich, what'd you guess?
Sears.
The correct answer was Erin Montgomery Ward.
Oh.
50-50 flipped wrong for Rich there. Question 8. Who was the Prime Minister of Canada from 1968 to 84, minus about 8 months between 1979 and 1980?
I'm locked in.
And that's time. Rich, what did you guess?
Trudeau. I think there were 2 of them, weren't there?
And Greg, what did you guess?
I said Tim Johnson.
The correct answer is Pierre Trudeau. Excellent work, Rich. Question number 9. John Stockton, Adam Morrison, and Kelly Olynyk are all basketball players that played for what West Coast University?
I'm locked in.
I feel like me and Greg have a very similar knowledge base. Whenever I nod, you lock in like immediately.
That's time. Rich, do you have a guess?
UCLA.
And Greg, what did you guess?
I said Gonzaga.
The correct answer is Gonzaga University.
That's right.
Going into question 10, Greg with a 1-point lead.
And your last one, number 10. Ultraviolet, with the ID number 18-3838, was selected as the 2018 Color of the Year by what corporation known for its matching system?
Locked in.
I'm
That's
locked
time.
in.
Rich, what's your guess?
It's gonna hurt when I hear this answer because I know it. I said Revlon.
Revlon. And Greg, what did you guess?
I just said Crayola.
The correct answer, that would be the Pantone matching system. Pantone is your correct
did not
answer.
know that.
So just to
All right.
confirm, that is not Dutch Boy. Neil?
Dutch Boy is asleep. After migraine medicine, he goes to sleep.
Oh, okay.
So, by a narrow score of 4-3, Greg Johnson is the winner of the showdown, and he will survive another week. Rich, we loved having you here. Do you have any final words to say before leaving?
No, just good luck, guys, and sorry I'm out so early.
Hey, you didn't get last.
It's always nice to see
That's
you, though,
true.
Rich. Always nice to see
Throwing
you.
more shade at Jason, I see.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Yeah, Rich, unfortunately, Chong Li broke your hamstrings with his fists. He put his fists in.
Maybe it's just me, Neil, but I'm having a real hard time separating Bloodsport from Kickboxer right now.
Well, that's Tong Po.
Oh, okay.
Tong Po.
Yeah.
Just making
Tiger
sure.
Tong Po.
Yeah, Chong Li, though, is who we're talking about. So his hamstrings were ripped out of his legs, so Rich, unfortunately, will be wheeled out of the arena. But we appreciate you being here. We appreciate you being a Patreon supporter. And once again, on the count of 3, let's bid him adieu with a kumite. 3, 2, 1.
Kumite.
Kumite.
We're getting there. It's a little better.
Thank you, Rich.
Yeah, sure. Have a good
Sayonara.
one, guys.
Yeah, so thank you very much once again. I'll let Ken take it, but thank you to Rich.
Yes, once again, that was Triviality Bloodsport. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you on the next episode.
Whatever do you mean?
Take it easy, boys.
Maybe poker's just not your game, I know. Let's have a spelling contest.